Hi, everybody. This is Piet Swart speaking from Forex Income App. And I'm really excited and honored to have today with me Russ on. That's on the brink of releasing his long-awaited and exciting rapid results method. The reason why I'm so excited, I had a peek at it and really I've tested it a bit and I'm really excited about it. Now, for everybody who doesn't know who Russ is, I suppose you must be new to trading. Now, I've done some homework on Russ, and I've known him for a while now. And you can, if you do your homework on him, you will see that he's helped more than 6,000 people already to become better traders. Now, he's released a few previous systems, and he's one of the few guys in the Forex world that really he delivers to what he promises in his system. So what I'm saying through that is that his systems really works. I've tried all of them. And you can try that systems, and I can tell you, you'll make profits with him as exactly as he promised it to be. So it's not just a thing. And the definitely thing about the fact that he's launched a few systems already says not a fly by night. So, that is not even negotiable. So now his new system really lives up to its name, and it will get traders, most of who are losing now, profitable in a hurry. So, yeah, that's a mouthful to say about a person, but really, Russ, I want to welcome you here and thank you for the privilege of giving me an interview with you.
Well, thanks, Pete. I am happy to be here, and I'm flattered by that introduction. That was amazing.
Oh, you're not even paying me for that,
That's even better.
That's even much better, yeah. Okay, so Russ, thank you for giving me the time just to ask you a few questions here. And I know some of the questions might be questions that all the other people would like also to ask the Russ only. So I'm just privileged to sit in front of you and ask you the questions so you can give me the first-hand information. Now, there's a lot of myths out there in the Forex world, and there's a lot of mistrust because people were taking wrongly or things like that. But first question first, just to get this clear in everybody's mind, do you have to be a brilliant mathematician or have this financial brain or this high IQ, this special kind of person that was born with your feet first or something like that to be able to be successful in trading?
I'd like to say I'd like people to think so when I'm out mingling, but no, you don't have to be. It's great okay. when you tell people, oh yeah, this is what you do, and they think, holy cow, you must have a brain on you. But no, honestly, you don't have to. All of that stuff's been figured out. That's sort of worked into whatever system I've built. But as a trader trading a system, there's no math. There's no financial anything. You're looking at charts and you're looking at just the indicators on the chart. You don't need to be good with numbers. You don't need to know everything going on in the financial world. You really don't need to know any of that stuff. If you're bad at math, that's not a problem. Math does not come into the equation.
Thanks, Russ, but it's disappointing to me because I thought I was this special baby because I also make a profit. So you just brought me straight back to graphs. So anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So, but Russ, do you have a certain style? Do you prefer a certain style in trading?
Yeah, I do. I have a style, and it's lately been reflected in the systems that I've built. I'm kind of a straight to it sort of trader now. You find the trade and I just want the price just to get there. I don't need price to kind of wiggle around and float around and finally eventually get to where it's got to go. I've got the entry and I want price just to get to where it's going. So it's, regardless of the time frame, you could almost call it a scalping kind of system. It's quick. The market moves fairly aggressively. It doesn't have to go very far. I'm not waiting around. The trades don't last forever. So I'm in, I'm out, I'm done. And that is essentially the style that I'm more comfortable with now. I don't like waiting for a trade to mature over a really long period of time. So yeah, I'm just kind of point and click. I want to get that profit right away, kind of thing.
That's right. So, and I suppose that will be reflected also in this new system of you, the rapid results method. So, because if I look at your previous systems, I could see some different styles that you had there, and I suppose that you experienced a lot of growth from that first wonderful rebellion system of yours to the second great Forex master method, and up until where we are now. Would you say there was a lot of growth there, and would you say they are different styles?
They are different. They kind of reflect similar styles. But I think over time, as I just do this longer and longer, and of course I'm getting older and older, I find that I change, and every trader does. You'll find the way you traded 5 years ago, 2 years ago even, might be a little bit different than how you trade now. And as I trade, as I change sort of what I'm all about as far as what I look for in a trading system, they do become reflected in the way that I build the systems. And I think as I progress as a trader, I'm looking for efficiency. Really, now I'm just looking for that trade, that high probability trade that works. I'm not fooling around. I just want those winners, and I want them fairly quickly. And I'm not willing to sit down and watch like I used to. I just want to get in, trade, and get out again. So yeah, I've evolved that way as a trader over the years, and I think most traders, as they get older, as they become kind of the old dogs, they adapt similar styles as well.
Yes. Well, I've seen that you also have a live and let live attitude there. Like, do you have that attitude by saying, well, I'm not going to take all the pips away, so I'm going to leave some on the table for some of the other traders?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I mean, my style is my style, and a lot of other traders can appreciate that and profit from it. But I also understand that there's other styles and other trading methodologies, other trading styles that other traders like and prefer. And of course, I had other styles when I was younger. When I was new, I traded very differently than I do now. And it's a growth thing. And every trader has to experience that growth, has to experience these different styles or different cycles, I guess, that maybe you go through as a maturing trader. And I understand all of that, and they all have their place. They're all very good aspects of growth as you learn and become more acquainted with the markets and become more comfortable with how you work with the markets and how the markets interact with you.
Okay, so you've been in trading for 12 years now. So the trick question here is, you told me you were 23, so you started when you were 11. Because you look 23.
Oh, I'm getting gray. I'm getting gray these days.
Okay, so tell me, Russ, just to drop back to something else that's, there's a lot of people out there that's been hit a few times and think, is this trading thing for real? You really think people can make money from it?
I can understand that. The number, 95% of traders fail. And I think that number is pretty accurate. But yeah, I mean, there's that 5% that really do succeed, and they really do very well. There's an element of discipline. There's certain elements that all kind of have to come together. You have to be serious about it. You have to be willing to put the effort in. You have to be willing to be devoted to it for a little while, at least, get over that hump, that initial learning curve. Many traders aren't willing to put that kind of effort in. They think it's a get rich quick thing. And when they find out that it's not get rich as quick as they had initially hoped, they lose interest, they go away, they blow out an account, whatever the case is. There's all kinds of reasons why they don't stick around. But if you're willing to stick around and you're willing to take it seriously, you can absolutely 100% make a living trading Forex. Absolutely.
Okay, no, that's good. So it's good to know that. So anybody has got the ability or the opportunity to get into that 5%.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're willing to put the effort in, you can do it. Yep. Anybody can do it.
Okay, that's fantastic news, Russ. So tell me, another thing I just want to ask you is this. I understand that you developed a system called Forex Profit Pro, which will be available for free, which I can't believe for your followers. So this is absolutely great news. And then I know that this would be your fourth system already. You've developed the Rebellion. You've developed the Great Forex Master method. You've done this the Rapid Results method, and now this fantastic news that the Forex Profit Pro will be available for free to your thousands of followers out there. Give us more about that, please, man. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. The Forex Profit Pro. I made a little statement a while back, and it essentially goes, Forex has been very good to me over the years. And I've dealt with a lot of traders, and I've sort of seen kind of the struggles. I went through it myself. And Forex Power Pro is a professional trading system. I built it just like I built these other ones. It is a very tradable system. It's a very usable system. It's a winning professional system. And I have the opportunity to give this away. Forex was good to me, and this really is my chance to give back in some small way. This is and I'd hate to give anybody the idea that this isn't as good as any of the other systems. It is. It really is a professional grade trading system, but I am giving it away kind of as my gratitude to the Forex markets and the understanding of the other traders. You know, not everybody can get a really expensive trading system, or systems they have used in the past have been unreliable. And for those that don't know me, this really is kind of a great opportunity for me to show you what I can do as far as a trading system developer goes.
Well, no, that's great news. It makes me think of that professional sport guys that's really unselfish, and after they've got the what do you call it, the pound of meat from sport, they prepare to just plow something back. So that's good to know that you are also plowing something back into the community of your knowledge and things like that. And I think on behalf of the trading community, I can really thank you for that. So really appreciate that.
It's 100% my pleasure. I really have fun doing this.
Fantastic. Rusty, something else. Why would you say would your followers need this new system of yours? They've got the Rebellion, they've got the Master method. You know, you're going to give away this fantastic other one. Why do you think they'll need this one?
Excuse me. They're different. And that is when I present a new trading system, that's a very key element, is they're different from each other. They're not the same. And I do understand that not everybody can trade the same system the same way and have the same results. Some people prefer a trend following or a counter trend, or whatever the case is. There's something different for each trading system. And for this new one, the Rapid Results method, this again is really different than anything I've put out before. So if you are trading a system and you're not getting the results you're really looking for, maybe that system just isn't meshing with the style that works best for you. And in that case, this could be that thing you're looking for, because the system, the style is different than anything I've done before. This might be that perfect fit that you're looking for.
Well, that's great news. So, and the thing that really, makes me exciting about this system is the fact that you've grown. And we spoke about in this interview that, you've grown a lot, over the years. And so you got much more mature in your trading and everything. So, and I can see that because I've seen your previous systems and I can see the way this one works. So I can definitely see that, and I have to compliment you on that. I can really see it in this new system. So well done, man.
Thank you.
Then there's something else I need to ask you is your preference in trading. Now, maybe I just need to elaborate on this one, because the only way that I can compare it with, if let's take a car, to be able, there's a lot of drivers out there, and there's thousands of people that drive successfully, that drive a car successfully. Although if you sometimes drive on the highway, there's some people that you think they should not have a car. But I mean, let's assume most of them is driving the car successfully. But at that point, before you can drive that car, you need somebody who developed that car, and then you need somebody to maintain that car like a mechanic. So you need a developer, a mechanic, and then at the end to get the driver. But not all drivers are racing drivers. So we can elaborate a lot on that. But the question I want to get to is, if I put three things out there, for instance, and I'm going to do this in the Forex world, saying you've got trading, you've got coaching, and you've got developing systems. Now, personally, my preference, if I have to put it in the order of importance, coaching would be my number one. My number two would be trading, and then developing, would be my number three. If I give that list to you, how would you arrange that list in order of importance to you, or your passion?
What I'm the most passionate about is the developing side. I've got a knack for it, and I have a. And it's funny to kind of put in words, but I really do. I enjoy the flow of how everything works together. Now, I'm going to use this word, and don't get worried. But I enjoy the mathematics behind it. I enjoy, yeah, because you don't need to know that. I mean, that's my job. I work out the math. I make sure that everything works the way it's supposed to work. And I enjoy the interaction between indicators and price. And I enjoy that process. It's kind of a process of discovery. It's kind of a process of observation. In order to create a good trading system, you need a series of events to happen, and you have to be observant. And it's very difficult for a lot of people because you can't win every trade, and you have to take that into account. When you're building a trading system, you want to get a trading system that meets certain requirements. And for this last trading system, the requirements are wins often, but makes a lot of trades. So there's a delicate balance in there. Like a trade or a system that trades quite a lot often isn't going to win very much. So I'm trying to find that balance. And I really do enjoy just finessing those indicators. And in this case, I actually invented an indicator to help with that process. And again, there's math behind that, which you don't, as a trader, need to know anything about because I've already taken care of it. It's out there. But that is really the developing side of it, is what I really spend a lot of my time doing. I really do enjoy that. And then, of course, there's talking to the different traders and helping them, teaching them, I guess, the coaching. And I really enjoy that aspect as well, making somebody a better trader. So I really do enjoy that. The trading part is great. I make money doing that. But that is kind of a consequence of those other aspects of the developing. If I can develop a system, trade it, make money with it, that's great. I mean, it means the whole thing works. I did my job as a developer, but that is really where my love, where the focus of what I do is, it's developing, making that trading system not just work, but work for other people.
Well, fantastic. So I suppose your track record is speaking for itself, for the coaching part and things like that. And of course, it's absolutely a no-brainer to know that you need to be a successful trader to be able to be a developer. And of course, do the coaching stuff like that. So yes, no, that's great. So maybe I should have used the example of the calculator. So, I love using the calculator, but goodness, thanks a lot that I didn't have to develop it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good about that. Well, something else, Russ. What inspires you in trading and developing systems? What inspires you? Is it something out there? Is it something that is it the environment or something that you feel, wow, I want to do this thing, or listen, I want to develop a new system, or
I think it's that element of discovery. I think if I have to sum it up, that's a great question because I've never really thought about it. Not like this anyways, but I think it's that element of discovering that, hey, wait a minute, you're being very observant, you work very hard, you're trying different things, and then you make that discovery, like this works. This is something we can use. I think that is what keeps me going day after day as far as a developer goes. Is having that aha moment. Says, look at that thing works. That's great. I'm doing this. Yeah, like I think that's what is the most inspiring.
Okay, no, that's great. So fantastic. So unfortunately, I don't get those inspirational moments. My inspirational moment is when I see on your system or on a system, I can see, wow, look at this setup. This inspires me to jump into the trade, and
then
things
I
like
did
that.
my job. Yeah.
Well, then it's good. So then a bit on a personal note, Russ, what, according to Russ Horn, is important in life? I mean, you've been around the block a few times. You come a long way in trading. You've dealt with a lot of people and a lot of traders out there. You've seen what's going on in the market, the good and the bad. What, according to Russ Horn, is important in life?
I think now, as I'm getting older again, as I've done this for a while, like you said, I think time has become that valuable commodity. When I was younger, it wasn't such an issue. I was always doing something. I didn't have the family, whatever the case is. I was always busy. But now I see people have less time. They don't enjoy anything anymore. It's work. You got to pay those bills. And for me, through trading, I've been able to enjoy that time, not with just private time, but family time, friend time, vacation time, just life. I get to enjoy my life a little bit better. And that really is a big deal to me nowadays.
Well, thank you for that. And isn't it so important? And I mean, don't you feel you're quite privileged to be in the trading aspect, because trading really gives you that time, isn't it so?
I thank my lucky stars every day. I don't take it for granted at all. My friends go to work, and I'm just so fortunate to be in the position I am. I really am grateful for it.
Do you sometimes feel guilty making a lot of money sitting at home?
No, not
I sometimes
anymore.
do.
That is a psychological issue that traders have to overcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you start trading, you start making a little bit, if you've got a trading account of a couple, let's say $1,000 even, and you make 20% for the month. I mean, that's a really, really good return. But if 20% on $1,000 is $200, I mean, what is that? I mean, that's a day's pay for a lot of people. But then you start growing that account, and that account gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then a day's pay for you can be $20,000. Yeah, and you'd see the people around you stuck. No matter what they were doing the same thing, making the same wage, not getting any better, couldn't afford the stuff they wanted. They couldn't move into a better house. They couldn't drive a better car. I mean, these things kind of sound materialistic. And I suppose to some degree they maybe are, but they can't help their friends. They can't help their family the way they'd like to. And they're stuck. And when you're trading and you start making these money, yeah, I mean, you feel guilty for a little while, but hopefully you get over it. You can do so much more when you make money. You become more valuable, and you can help, and you can do the things that you want to help and to enjoy just your life and other people's lives as well.
Well, no, that was just the tongue-in-the-cheek question because if I feel guilty, I take aspirin and lie on the bed for 5 minutes and then I'm fine again. But sometimes, I have a hobby where I do some carpentry. So, that keeps me busy. And if I want to get tired, I go and work there in my workshop and then come back and trade again. So, yeah, that's a good thing to have something like that.
There's a point that can be made, and I like to get this point across too, is when you're trading, it's not for free. Like, you're not making money for nothing. You're working and you're thinking and you're analyzing and you're waiting and you're being patient and you're being disciplined and you're doing all of those things that a lot of people really, frankly, have a hard time doing. So every trade you make, even if you don't place a trade, if you're sitting there in front of your computer, you're watching those charts, waiting for the setup, that's work. It really is. I mean, you're earning every dime that you can pull out of the market, and it doesn't come without risk. So you are placing that trade knowing that you could potentially lose quite a bit of money on that trade. So every penny that you make is really fought for. You've earned everything that you're pulling out of the market.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Russ, because the other day I'm living here in the countryside, which I really enjoy because, every 5 minutes there's nothing happening here and then it's lasting for an hour. Yeah. So this is our whole thing going. And the other day I had to move, for 1 day or 2 days, go to our nearest city there, which is about 3 hours drive from there. And I was sitting in one of the big malls there and just staring at the people. And what I could read in their eyes was, everyone is just chasing. They've got one thing, one goal in mind, is to make more money than they spend every month. And not one of them is successful. I haven't seen one of them that's successful. That's true. That's why with trading, you can turn that thing around. Do you agree with that?
100% I agree with that. Absolutely, I do. The nice thing about trading is what you do today brings in a certain dollar figure. You don't have to change what you're doing today next year. You do the exact same thing next year. And if you're sticking to the rules, that dollar figure can potentially be 10 times whatever it was today. So if you're making $100 a day trading, next year, it could be $1,000 a day, and you don't have to change anything. And when that's the case, you can finally start make more money than you need, than you spend. You can get kind of beyond that point and start really enjoying the things you enjoy.
No, great stuff. So, Russ, I suppose for the future or the immediate future, you're focusing on your launch now of this fantastic product of yours. And what can we expect from Russ Horn in the future as a last question?
That's a good question. The rapid results method launch is going to be pretty quick. And for the next year, that's where my efforts and devotion is going to be, is to making all of these traders profitable. I really do want everybody to succeed as a trader. If I'm involved with you in any way, then I want to help you be that trader that you want to be. So that's where 100% of my focus is going to be. Very, very few trading systems are going to be developed in that time. My focus is going to be helping everybody that needs it to be that trader, to elevate them to that level that they know they can be, that they want to be. And if there's that determination there, then we're going to make it happen.
Well, no, that's great news to hear from you, Russ. So, for all your followers out there, I'm absolutely sure they can't wait to get their hands on one of your new systems and to get involved with you again for your coaching and your special personalized attention that you are used to giving to them and you are known for giving to your clients out there. So, it was a privilege speaking to you. Unfortunately, the time is caught up on us, and that's all that we'll have time for today. But I really want to thank you again for putting time aside to speak to me and have this interview, and not only to me, to speak to all your followers out there. So I think they really appreciate that. And I'm sure that we've learned some other sides of Russ Horn today. And we're really looking forward to see you out there in the market. And thanks for being honest out there in the Forex world. We really appreciate that. So, and from my side, keep up the good work, and we appreciate all your efforts there, Russ.
Thank you so much, Piet. I was happy to be here today, and I hope we can do this again soon.
Absolutely. And I will definitely speak to you again soon. All of the best out there.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks, guys. See you later.